Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Tolumi and I am your fashion teacher. And today I want to teach you how you can make a simple blouse, something like this. This video is number 2 in the series of 5 videos I am making based on requests that you have made. So I am making videos for you and this is number 2. Now this simple blouse, it can be worn on a skirt, it can be worn on a pair of pants, or trousers, or jeans. It can be worn as a native top. And you tie a wrapper with it. You can make it a top and make a simple pencil skirt with it. You can be diverse with it. So yeah, so we are making a simple basic blouse. Today we're just doing the basic one. And when you're making your own, you can decide to do different things to the neckline, make it lower, make it wider, make it, you can experiment and do whatever with it. So what do we need for this? You need your fabric. Usually you need about 1.5 to 2 yards. It should have been more than that. You need your scissors. Yes, you need your scissors. You need your tailor's chalk. You need your pen. In my case, I am using a marker like I always do. So you need your measurements, your set of measurements as well, and then you need your tape measure. Okay, so what measurements do we need for this? You need your bust measurements, very important. You need to know the bust measurements. You need to know the length of the blouse. That's when you measure the person, the length from the shoulder all the way to where the blouse is going to stop. So you need to know the length of the blouse. Length of blouse. Yeah. You need to know the waist measurement too. You need to know the waist measurement. You need to know the length from the shoulder all the way to the underbust. The underbust is where the bust rests, and usually for women, when you wear a bra, that's where like your bra stops. Yeah, somewhere here. So you need to know the length to underbust. It is very important as well. Length to underbust. Pardon me, my pen doesn't seem to be writing very clearly. Yeah, that's the length of the bust. You need to know the length of the neck. That's from the shoulder to where the length where the neckline stops. So in this case, it's an high neck. So this is probably like 3 or 4. But you measure it and then check where you want the neckline to stop. So from here to the neck length. The neck length. You may also need the neck width, but usually I have standards, or we have standards that we use, and then we just walk around the standards. So you don't necessarily need to measure the neck width. Now, if you're going to have sleeves, you can measure the arm width and the arm length. Arm width and then the arm length. Yeah. You also need the shoulder. Yeah, I almost forgot that. You need the shoulder. That's like from shoulder here to the shoulder here, which you measure at the back. Yeah, so these are the basic set of measurements we need. So we're going to be walking around the set of measurements. For the bust, I'm going to put 38 here. Length of blouse, I'm going to put 25. For the waist, I'm going to put 32. Length of the bust, I'm going to put 14. Neck length, I'm going to put 4. Arm width, I'm going to put 14. Arm length, because it's going to be about 3/4 sleeves, I'm going to put 17. And shoulder is going to be 15. So these are the set of measurements I am working with. But remember, you're not going to work with this set of measurements. You need to take your own set of measurements to fit whatever you want to make. So yeah, let's get back to business. Alright, so here we go. Now we're going to start. Usually when we want to cut anything, we'll start with the widest body measurement around that thing. Now in this case, the widest measurement is the bust, because when you look at the female body, the bust area is usually the widest part of the upper part of the body. When you have the lower part of the body, the hip area is the widest part. So for this blouse, we're going to work around the measurement of the bust because it is the widest part of the body. Now let's get down to work. Now the first thing we're going to do is work around the measurements. Like I said earlier, we're working around the bust measurement, which is 38, and we're adding a certain amount of allowance to it. You're going to add 1 inch on every side. We have 4 sides, so 1 inch on every side is 4 inches. That's the first 4 inches you're adding. You need to add 2 inches for the zip allowance, making 6 inches, and then you need to add an extra 2-inch allowance for the bustier cut, which is in an ear. So you got half on each side, making 1 ear, half on each side, making 1 ear. So you know that's a total of 8-inch allowance that you're adding. So you're adding 38. So you're going to have 38 plus 8. 38 plus 8. So your new bust measurement plus allowance is going to be 46. Now if you divide the 46 by 2, they're going to have 23 inches on each side. So that means the front is 23 inches wide and the back is 23 inches wide. It's going to be the same thing. Yeah, and then when we're done, you say that okay, it's exactly what we want. Yeah, so now that is the width of the blouse. Now to every width there's a length. Now we're going to go to the length of the blouse is 25. We add a standard 2 inch which I use for both 1 inch for the upper part and 1 inch for the lower part of the blouse. So we are cutting 23 by 27 in 2 places. So one for the front and one for the back. You can also decide to cut 46 by 27. So whatever you have, it depends on how much fabric you have to work with. If you're working with a fabric that is stretchy, it is important that you note the line of stretch on the fabric. For instance, this fabric has got some amount of stretch. So if you do like this, you can see that it's stretching a bit. If you do like this, you see that it's almost not stretching. So when I am cutting this fabric, I'm going to cut the body to be along the width of this stretch, so that when you wear it, it stretches this way. You don't want your fabric to stretch along the length. That's not very nice and pleasant. So you want it to stretch along the body. So that is why I'm going to cut this along the body. So it is important that you note that when you're cutting the fabric, you also want to note the patterns of the fabric. Generally, horizontal patterns makes the wearer to appear shorter and bigger, it's fatter. And vertical patterns tend to make the wearer appear taller and slimmer. So you want to put all of that into consideration when you're cutting the fabric. Okay, so like I said, I need 23 by 27 in 2 places. So not knowing that this is going to be my body, I know I'm going to have to get my 23 from here. So yeah, I have enough for 23, and then my 27 is going to be along here. It's important you work with the sharp scissors, and don't forget you mark on the wrong side of the fabric. You don't mark on the right side of the fabric. So this is my length. I'm going to cut it into 2 so I can have my front and my back in separate pieces. So yes, now I've got it. This is my front, yeah, and this one is in my back. It can be anyone. So now what I'm going to do, the next step is I'm going to fold each one into 2 along the length. So this is the body, this is the length. So I'm going to fold each one into 2, both the front and the back is separate, you know. This is, I folded this into 2, yeah, I folded this into 2, yeah, I put them on top of each other. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, this is my front, this is my back. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead to shape it. So I'm going to measure 3 inches here, 3 inches here, and then another 5 inches. So 3 plus 5 is 8. Measure 8 inches here, and now the 3 and 8 is a standard and is derived from the shoulder width. Now my shoulder width is 15. I add 1 to it. 1 is a standard allowance to make 16. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. That means whatever shaping I am doing for my shoulder should not be more than 8. So my shoulder actually stops on the 8 mark. That's why I marked 8 here. And this first 3 represents the distance and the neck width. So this is the base of the neck. Yeah, that's what this 3 represents. Now on this mark, on this 8-inch mark that you've made, you measure 1.5 inches downwards. Mark the point where the line crosses. Then take your ruler to join the line the slant line, you take a ruler to join it. We have done this in a number of our videos. It's a basic step I do for many of my clothes. So yeah, so you do this. Now you want to measure out the armhole. The armhole is tricky, but for a size 38 bust, the average armhole to use is 10 to 10 and a half. For a size for someone whose bust is 36 and below, you can use between 9 and 10 inches for the armhole length. For someone whose bust is 40, you can work with 11. For someone whose bust is 42, 44, 46, you can work between 11 and a half and 12. So it's something you get used to with freehand cut. It's something you get used to over time. So yeah, so for this, I'm going to be using 10. So I mark the 10 along here, and then yeah, so I mark the 10 along here. Now I'm going to shape my neckline. I want my neck to be 5 inches wide. So I mark the 3 here, and then measure the 5 to follow the slant line. So I mark this 5 inch, and then the length of the neck. Remember, we said neck length is 4. So I mark 4 this way. That is my neck length, and then I join this to this. Now whatever shape you want for your neck, you can create here. If you go back to the buba video that we made previously, I talked about how to make necklines and for the buba. The same concept applies here. You just mark the beginning point, how wide you want it to be on this line, how low you want it to be, and then anything you want can happen in the middle. So you have drawn the neckline. The next thing to draw is the shoulder joining. The shoulder joining is the space between the beginning here and where the sleeve starts. So it is totally dependent on you. It is an average. I'm going to use an average of 2 here. Whatever you are doing, just make sure. I usually just make sure that the width from here to wherever my shoulder joining is not more than 7. I have noticed over time that it's nicer when it's not more than 7. So I just stop here, and then from that point you shape the armhole to meet the line you drew here. I hope I'm not confused you. Yeah, you just shape the armhole from this line that you marked here to here. You shape it. Okay, so we are done with the shaping for the upper part. Now we're going to go to the sides of here. Now the average, the length to underbust for this person is 14. The neck to waist is about 17, and I derive that by just adding 3 inches to the length to underbust. So say the waist is on the 17 mark, which will be here. Now this person's waist is 32 inches. Remember that we added 8 inches to the overall measurement. We're going to add the same 8 inches to the waist measurement. So 32 plus 8 is 40. If you divide 40 by 4, because this has been folded into 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to have 10. So from here, I measure 10. I measure 10 this way. And then what I now do to shape is join this in a gradual slope. Join this to meet the waist mark, and then from the waist mark take this and let it come out again. So it has that shape on the side. You can see it comes like a gentle slope, like a curve. Yeah, from here touches the line you marked on the waist, and then from there it comes out again. So we're done with the side shaping. You can as well cut it out, you know. So I'm going to do that now. Don't forget, it is important to work with a sharp scissors. Scissors that are not when you have scissors that are not sharp, it's just really frustrating to work with scissors that it's not sharp. It's really frustrating. So especially when you're cutting bulky fabrics. So I'm going to cut along the line of this slant line here. Oops. Okay, so we've shaped the neck, we've done the neck, we've done the armhole, we've done the sides. I'm going to trim this one to equal because it wasn't equal when I was cutting it here. So now at this point, I am going to separate the front from the back. So this is the front. I said this is the back. Now, because the back is going to have a zip in between, I am going to cut it open into two. We need the zip for ease of wear so the person can wear the clothes easily. Yeah, so I've cut it into two. Now for some people, they want a different neckline in the front and another one at the back. So if you want a different line at the back, say you want your back neckline to be lower than the front, you can just reshape this, make it lower. You know, you can mark it and then reshape, make it lower. If you want the back to have another shape, you can make it V. So you can redo it when you separate it. So, but I don't want to separate. I don't want a different one for my own. So I'm just going to put it on the side. Now, yeah, this is the front. Now, we are now going to shape the princess dart in the front, and this is how it goes. You take this fold and put it over here, but you put it over in such a way that you've got 1 inch excess between here and here. On the waistline you have at least 1 inch excess. So when you've got that, you go to the shoulder point. Remember we said the length of the bust was 14, so you go to the shoulder point, then you mark your length on the bust minus 1 inch. So you mark 13 inches here. You mark 13 inches here, and this is a little tricky, but you know it's easy to do. So you mark a 13 inch, and now you want to create like a dart here. So now the apex of the dart, that is the widest part of the dart, should be on this waistline. So you can see that this is the line of the waist. If you elongate this, yeah. So on this waistline, you're going to measure up. Measure up on the waistline. This is the half mark. So you're going to take from ear to ear, gentle slope to meet the half mark, gentle ear to curve, and then from here, from the half mark, take it out again, and then make sure that by the time you get here, there's nothing left. I hope you can see what I have done. Well, yeah, something like this. I hope you can see what I've done. So from this mark here, the mark here is the length from the shoulder to the underbust minus 1. So I marked it. Then on this waistline, which was a 17 inch mark we measured the other time, mark ½ inch, and from here take it a gentle curve to join the ½ inch mark on the waist, and then from there take it out again to come out to an apex. So now I'm going to cut for you to see what I have done. So I'm going to do this. So I hope you can see what I've done. So I've cut that out. Now after cutting it out, open it up. After you've opened it up, you now go to the armhole, measure the length of the whole armhole, and here I've got about 11.5 inches. When you divide it by 2, you have about 5 3/4 of an inch. This 5 3/4 of an inch. When you've measured half of that, come down by 1 inch. So you come down by 1 inch, which is here. And at that point, you draw a curve to join this, and this forms the princess cut. So you join this to join this, and this forms the princess cut. So I'm going to cut it open. Yes, and this forms the princess cut. Now one more thing. Now this is one more thing I do. At times, when you make blouses, you see that you have a particular gaping hole here. So to prevent the gaping hole, I cut about a quarter off here and another quarter off here. and that is it. Voila, we have cut our blouse. So this is the front, this is the middle part. You're going to take this one, join this on the side here, join this on the side here, join this on the side here. That's just like, if you look at this, that's just like what we did. So this is the middle part, and then one on the side and one on the other side. So you join everything together, then you take your back. Now before you join anything on the back, you need to put the zip, you need to put a dart. I'm going to do a short video to show you how to sew this. So basically, yeah, this is how to cut the blouse. If you like to cut sleeves for it, this is just the body of the blouse. You can watch videos, next videos I will post that will teach you how to cut sleeves, and you can put sleeves on the blouse. Yeah, so thanks for watching. This is basically how to cut it. I am going to try to make a video to show you how you can sew this blouse that we have cut. I always appreciate your comments, your kind words, your emails, messages, ideas, and all. Keep them coming. If you would like to join our online classes, you can send an email to tolumitiapi@gmail.com. We'll forward the details to your account as soon as possible. Thanks for watching the video again. Please subscribe, share this video with somebody, your friend. It may just be as educative to that person. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.